What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, CamATL, and welcome back to another NFL video with your boy. This is the NFL Showdown video, ladies and gentlemen. It is time. It's time for another little showdown. You guys already know in the showdown videos, I like to kind of talk about a core and then talk about the other value. We're pretty much just going to break down the game in general, break down what game script we expect, all that good stuff. GreenlightDFS.com to join the squad. This is the final slate of the week, and then we will be starting into week two with college football prize picks, which we swept, by the way, this week. NFL, which we dominated prize picks this week. NFL main slate DFS on DK did not quite make it. NFL FanDuel smacked. So it was an overall solid week, but I'm expecting for even better in week two. Week one was one of those feeling out things. There was some shocking things that happened, some shocking situations that kind of you learn from week one, and then you make up for in week two. All right, let's go ahead and get straight into it. I have a good grasp on how I expect this game to go. I'm very excited about this one, and let's get straight into it. By the way, my son is in the room. He wanted to take some notes. My little 6-month-old son is in the room in his bouncer right now as we speak, staring at me as I'm saying this, and he's taking notes on how to play the showdown today. So if you hear any whining or any type of thing like that, he's just being a 6-month-old baby. All right, so let's get straight into this. Starting off at captain. So the way that I'm looking at this one is the game script first. Let's talk about game script. The game is in Seattle, but I'm expecting Seattle to play from behind majority of this game. Russell Wilson's the new quarterback for Denver. Russell Wilson's got some good, offensive guys over there on that side. I mean, Judy's a beast, Sutton's a beast, Javonte Williams a beast. So he's got some weapons over there. I'm expecting Russell Wilson to do his thing here, going back to Seattle here. This is a big game for Russell Wilson right here. So I'm expecting a big game out of Russell Wilson. I think he has a fantastic game. With that being said, though, with the game script that I'm expecting to go here, I'm rolling Geno at captain, I think. Honestly, either Geno or one of Geno's pass catchers. And I don't know if I don't know. It's hard to really guess which one. I'm leaning Tyler Lockett as the main weapon that he's going to be utilizing here. Tyler Lockett's more of that short route guy. He can get he's one of those, with a guy like Geno Smith, who's not the best quarterback in the entire world. He's a guy that can really be a safety blanket for him. You know what I mean? DK Metcalf's one of those spread the field kind of guys. He can do the short routes too, obviously, but Tyler Lockett's more gadgety and more of the guy that I would expect Geno to lean on a little heavier here in this. So Tyler Lockett, Geno Smith at captain, playing from behind this entire game. I think the game script's going to be fully throw for Seattle. It's going to have to be. I think that Rashad Penny is a solid talent, but this game script doesn't add up very well for him. That's why the NFL player prop tool earlier on in the week had Rashad Penny at he was at 70 something rushing yards. We played the under, and now he's like at 60 something, so it has dropped down exactly what we expected. So Rashad Penny, I think, like I said, I think he's a solid talent. Could he get in the end zone? Sure. I'm just not expecting them to have to really utilize him too much on the ground here. With them playing from behind, it's more of a pass game script is what I'm expecting at least. All right, so Geno Smith at captain, playing from behind, airing it out. Tyler Lockett as his favorite target is what I'm expecting to see here. It could be either one. You can go Lockett or Metcalf, whichever way you prefer. I have preferred Lockett personally. For the exact reasons that I mentioned before. And it's just a good spot here. And he's 1,400 less than DK and kind of allows things to, go a little smoother. Now, on the Denver side, to run it back, obviously, I love Russell Wilson. That's pretty obvious. If you have the money, play Russell Wilson in this situation against Seattle. For sure. You know what I mean? I love Russell Wilson. I want that to be known. If you have the money, figure it out. Get Russell Wilson in there. I'm going to run my two Seattle guys back with Jerry Jeudy in the core. All right, so we got Geno Smith at captain playing from behind, and then Tyler Lockett and Jerry Jeudy. I think Jerry Jeudy is going to be one of the main targets for Russell Wilson, if not the main target for Russell Wilson. And he's 1,200 less than Cortland Sutton. Now, Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy, they're going to be, sharing that time. Sutton is projected higher to get probably more yards than Jerry Jeudy, but I think Jerry Judy's really going to excel here. With there he is. You don't like Jerry Jeudy? All right. With Russell Wilson at quarterback, I think Jerry Judy's going to excel this year. He's 1,200 less than Cortland Sutton, so he's in a fantastic spot as the cheaper guy to get on that Denver side in this matchup. And like I said, I'm expecting Russell Wilson to have a fantastic game, and so you got to expect his pass catchers to do well as well. So Jerry Judy, Cortland Sutton, both fine. Once again, same reasoning for Lockett. I'm going Judy because he's the cheaper of the two, and I think he's going to get just as much exposure here. And I don't think anybody on Seattle's defense can really keep up with Judy. So fantastic spot here for him. Now let's talk some value plays. All right, so far we got the game script rolling perfect here. All right, we've got Denver getting up with a Jerry Judy touchdown and just targeting Jerry Judy a good bit, plain and simple. I'm expecting Russell Wilson to throw a couple touchdowns in this one, so you got to expect one of the receivers to get it, Sutton or Judy, and then maybe a tight end or something like that, or maybe both receivers. Hey, we'll see. But game script: Russell Wilson throwing for a couple touchdowns, them getting up. Geno Smith having to throw majority of this game, and that Seattle game script being throw heavy. Tyler Lockett as being his main target, and yeah. So as I said, that's the main strategy as I've broken down so far. That is the way I see this game going. If you agree with me, awesome. If you don't, um, then you just don't love money. No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean everybody's you're open to your own opinion. This is a showdown. This is a single game. Anything could happen. You know what I mean? Who knows? Maybe Russell Wilson's a little razzled going back to Seattle. Maybe he struggles. Maybe they lean on the run a ton and just run the clock down. I don't know, and just control possession. I don't know. But I am expecting Denver to be up in this one. I'm expecting Wilson to have a great game. Part of the narrative script, yes, and another just Wilson's a solid quarterback in general. And then Seattle playing from behind. So with that being said, one of my favorite values on the entire slate is probably going to be not on the, I take that back, not on the entire slate, but at 1,000, D. Eskridge. D. Eskridge, as you can see, I have projected at 6.83. That probably makes him one of the best values on the entire slate. Him or DJ Dallas, who's a pass catching running back, who's also a solid option here. He's only 400. DJ Dallas is their pass catching running back for Seattle. He's going to be that guy who comes in on third down, stuff like that. So I think DJ Dallas is a guy who is very interesting and sneaky here, especially if Seattle falls down big. You're going to see a lot of DJ Dallas at the end, just a bunch of garbage time dump offs and shit. And at 400, he's very interesting value play. I haven't needed to get that low, but he's a serviceable option if you want. I prefer D. Eskridge. As you can see, I have projected 3 points higher. I prefer D. Eskridge in that same kind of situation. Seattle down big, spreading the ball around. Geno just trying to get it to whoever he can to move the ball down the field. D. Eskridge is a guy who I'm expecting to definitely get some run here and definitely get some targets in the offense. So at 1,000, I'm definitely expecting something from him. Let's see what else. Noah Fant, I want to talk about. An ex-Denver player as well, playing for Seattle. This is another guy. This is one of the guys that I could see Geno Smith leaning on a little bit here. I mean, a lot of times in these situations when you have a quarterback like Geno Smith, who's not necessarily a Tom Brady or anything, he'll rely on these short routes, these short kind of things, little dump off stuff like that to kind of move the ball. And Noah Fant is one of those guys who can be that target for him, that big body target for him when all else fails. So especially in the red zone. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Fant get in the end zone. I haven't needed a ton of him, but at 6'2", he's a guy that you could definitely utilize. It's hard to know what to do here with the running game. I have Javonte Williams number 1 for Denver, and then Melvin Gordon down here at 7.4. Melvin Gordon's a touchdown vulture. We all know that. Every time we love Javonte Williams, it tends to be a Melvin Gordon game. It's too much of a confusing situation for me to really know what to do here. With the game script, and if you're expecting Javonte to be the main guy, then fine, you can play Javonte. But at 10-2, for a guy who's definitely going to be splitting a good bit of carries with Melvin Gordon, it's tough. I might prefer Melvin Gordon of the two. If they're going to be splitting in any way, and Melvin Gordon's that much cheaper, damn near 3,000 cheaper, then I think Melvin Gordon, I have a little bit more interest in Melvin Gordon, but it's close between both. And the game script will be good for both. So you can go either way with it. Let's say instead of Jerry Judy, you're like, okay, um, I'm expecting Denver to get up. I'm not going to worry about who gets that touchdown. I'm just going to play the running game here because they're going to get up and then just utilize the run and just run the rock the entire second half. You know what I mean? If that's what you feel like, then Melvin Gordon's fine. But you have to pick one pretty much. I'm not seeing myself playing any versions where I have Javonte and Melvin. It's maybe interesting GPP if the whole game is just run game and everybody's on Russell Wilson and he doesn't do much and the run game just dominates, then cool. But the fact that they're splitting, I probably would side with the cheaper guy of the two if I had to choose. But I do think Javonte Williams is the better running back of the two, and I think they should be featuring him. But having Melvin Gordon on the roster, he's definitely going to get some run. So, that's about it, y'all. I mean, I'm not really playing defenses. If I played a defense, it would be Denver's. Um, let's see. Let's see. Albert Agabuga Nam. Yeah, sorry. Akawuga Akawuga Bunam. Albert's decent for Russell Wilson, another Russell Wilson target. KJ Hamler is expected to play, but he's a little banged up, so I'm not going to have much of him. The interesting value, like we talked about, is DJ Dallas. He should get some run in the pass game. Travis Homer is another guy that could get some involvement there. There's just a good bit of cheap Seattle to go with. That's my recommendation for you. Go with Seattle pass game. And go with Denver. Anyone really? I mean, I definitely go. I would recommend going Russell Wilson, pairing him with a target, which I like Jerry Jeudy of the two, as I've already made obvious. Um, and then feature the Seattle guys and the cheap guys. That's what I'm saying. I'm featuring Geno Smith because he is going to have that game script where he is behind and have to air it out a ton. Is he going to throw for 400 yards? No. But he could definitely find a way to get in the end zone multiple times and have a solid game, especially a 12-9 captain. Like, check this out. You take Geno out, you put Russell Wilson there. Look at that price difference. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, look at that price difference. 17-7. 17-7 at captain compared to the other quarterback playing from behind is only 12-9. That's why Geno's at captain for me. And then pairing him up with Tyler Lockett, as I've talked about, I like Lockett of the two. He's more the gadget guy, more the quick, throw guy that I expect Geno Smith to lean on. But we could easily see DK Metcalf be leaned on, being that bigger body, easier guy to throw it to. But we'll see what happens. But for me, the way I'm playing this showdown tonight, and hopefully I'm right with it, is Geno Smith featured, pairing him up with Lockett as being his main target, probably getting a good bit of targets tonight. And then Jerry Jeudy running back on the other side for Denver. Russell Wilson, Jerry Judy's my favorite pairing. Obviously, you've got Cortland Sutton, you've got Abugananam or whatever. And then on the Seattle side, more of like the cheap value guys, like the Eskridge, the DJ Dallases, the Homers, the super cheap guys. The Noah Fant, he's not super cheap though. That's the only reason with Fant. That's the only problem with Fant is he's 6'2". But D. Eskridge and those guys for Seattle, the Seattle value, pair them up, get those main feature guys on Denver you expect to get in the end zone and get good looks in the offense, and you're good to go, man. All right? GreenlightDFS.com, join the squad. Thank you guys for joining me as always, man. Let's smash tonight. I already have my prize picks for tonight posted on the NFL Access page. So go check those out. I have 3 picks from that. I posted a free 3-pick from Prize Picks on my Twitter yesterday at Cam_ATL. Make sure you follow me for any of those that I'll be posting from time to time. Those are going for the sweep tonight. All we need is Penny to go under. So as long as Rashad Penny doesn't go absolutely crazy, which the only way I expect that to happen is if Seattle's up. For a lot of this game, and they feature Rashad Penny most of the time. I think that we should be good. We went under. It was over 70 something rushing yards. We went under on him. So we'll see what happens. The other two have hit, and I'm excited to get to it, man. The NFL player prop tool. Super excited that this new prop tool that we released for the NFL season had an amazing week 1. I mean, we hit majority of the prize picks that we played. It was a fantastic weekend for prize picks for sure. So excited about this game tonight. Let's get it, y'all. Good luck. I'm out.